We've got an email question that, Ken, I wanted to read to our viewers and see if you guys can weigh in on it. It says, comes from Earl, and Earl writes in saying that had a back injury 8 years ago and was doing okay, but a car wreck in May hurt my back again. Insurance calls it a pre-existing condition, but I was fine until the wreck. Can they deny my claims? This is kind of what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, well, this is less of a bad faith situation, I think, because an insurance company can always deny a claim. The question is, whether or not this is a claim that ultimately a jury would deny. People have pre-existing conditions all the time. That's one of the big things that nationally is a big debate, pre-existing medical conditions and whether or not health care is going to cover those conditions. So people have pre-existing conditions all the time, but just because they have a pre-existing condition and they get in a wreck that aggravates that pre-existing condition, okay, then they should be held responsible for whatever aggravation that causes. And so an insurance company can deny and they can say whatever they want to say, but ultimately it comes down to what a jury is going to say. And the thing about juries, I found, is they get it right. They use their common sense and they apply it to legal situations and they get it right. And so in a case like that, you don't want to listen necessarily to what an insurance company says. If they say that your claim is denied, what you want to do is you want to come see an attorney that knows what they're talking about, and you want to present that case to a jury and let the jury decide. So that's what I would say to that.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd add is sometimes when you have, I've seen a lot of these short-term healthcare insurance policies, and I've seen some bad situations where the company has used something that they've called a pre-existing condition as an excuse. And there's one example of is a lady that had a pap smear that came back, and it came back saying that she needed follow-up testing. Well, that's a test. That's not a pre-existing condition.
Sure. Yeah.
And the insurance company used that to deny her claim. So if the company is using something like that as a pretense, then they shouldn't do that, and that could be bad faith.
And I guess the thought is too, insurance companies, they have professional people that they're working with that understand the system, whereas, you and I may not understand the system, so you need somebody to help you navigate the waters.
But they're not all bad. I mean, for the most part, they do the right thing. And but you see the situations where a lot of times they don't, and I see those too.
Right, absolutely.
Well, and it's probably oftentimes, like I think you say sometimes on the show, you don't realize you need you need the insurance until you need the insurance, right? Until the situation arises, because most of the time we're going around, going about our life, and you don't really need that extra coverage, or you don't have a claim until you have a claim, right?
No, you do, and when you do, when they do the right thing, they're your best friend, and they're so important, and there are a lot of wonderful people in the industry. But
absolutely.
Sometimes you see the wrong thing, and it's just kind of like a double whammy.